hosting the 2014 World Cup. They've won the Golden Statue more times than any other side. They're the current Confederations Cup champions. And they're the bookmakers' favourites. The stage is set for Brazil to lift their 6th World Cup trophy. The Brazilians didn't invent football, but they pretty much perfected it. Their love affair with the game began when hosting their first World Cup in 1950. That tournament reverberates today. Their loss to Uruguay in the final match, now known infamously as the Maracanazo. But between 1958 and 1970, they became an irresistible force, winning 3 World Cups. Inspired by the immortal Pelé, they played a thrilling and graceful style in which individual skill outweighed team tactics, where dribbles and flicks were prized over tough challenges and tight defence. And though they went 24 years without the trophy, their side still lit up the world, with their attacking further tournament after tournament, with players such as Zico, Socrates and Jairzinho. Romario starred in the 1994 edition, as Brazil claimed their 4th title. Despite losing the final to France 4 years later, they reclaimed the crown in 2002. With the flair of Ronaldinho, Rivaldo and Ronaldo. Since then, the Seleção has failed to live up to expectations. Despite winning the Copa America twice in 2004 and 2007, their World Cup form slipped, falling at the quarter-final stage in both 2006 and 2010. Critics said Brazil's individual approach was no longer viable. International football is about team play, passing the ball at speed to create holes in the defence. By the 2013 Confederations Cup, the nation fell to 22 in the FIFA rankings, their lowest ever, with the World Cup in 2014 just around the corner. In desperation in November 2012, they sacked coach Mano Menezes and turned back to their 2002 World Cup winning coach, Luis Felipe Scolari. Tasked with finding that dynamic Brazilian identity once more. Scolari's initial impact was disappointing. Friendlies against England, Italy and Russia yielded little excitement. So when the Seleção entered the 2013 Confederations Cup, expectations were relatively low. But it was Brazil's only competitive football since the 2011 Copa America, and would be their only hard-fought contest before hosting the World Cup. It was important they put on a show. They did just that. Brazil emerging from their slumber on the back of a tight defence and team spirit. Stars Neymar, Paulinho and Fred rose to the occasion. And they easily saw aside Japan, Mexico, Italy and Uruguay before defeating world champions Spain 3-0 in the final. Brazil's been riding the wave ever since. 13 wins in their last 14 matches, raising them to 9th in the world rankings and becoming the World Cup favourites. Assess their form later in the show, but one thing is certain: while the Confederations Cup served to raise hopes, it has also increased the pressure to perform.
O nosso objetivo é conquistar o
Our goal is to win the World Cup.
sabe que a pressão é muito grande.
We know that the pressure is big.
que é praticamente
almost an
uma
obligation
obrigação,
to win.
mas sabemos,
But we all
todos
know how hard a
sabem que é
World
muito
Cup is.
difícil uma Copa do Mundo.
And we are training
E a
and
gente
playing so we can
treinando,
fulfill our dream of
jogando
being in a
para
World
que a gente
Cup
possa
and
conseguir o
winning
nosso
it.
sonho, que é de estar na Copa do Mundo e que é de vencer.
The Brazil of 2014 doesn't read like their teams of old. Though the names on the team sheet don't scare the opposition like they once did, coach Luis Felipe Scolari is adamant they are heading in the right direction.
Uma seleção que é pentacampeão do mundo tem alguma coisa, o seu histórico principalmente, e o seu histórico também é visto nesse momento com todos aqueles jogadores que estão jogando no Brasil e fora do Brasil com muita qualidade. Então, o que os outros têm que temer é todo esse trabalho que sempre é bem realizado no Brasil.
Playing a 4-2-3-1 formation, Brazil's defensive midfielders form the fulcrum of their side. Tasked with breaking up opposition attacks, but also bringing the ball out of the back. 4 players have marked their place, each with varying degrees of success. From Tottenham Hotspur's Paulinho, Manchester City's Fernandinho, Wolfsburg's Luis Gustavo, and Chelsea's Ramirez. Paulinho and Gustavo were given the job during Brazil's outstanding Confederations Cup performance and look likely to do so again. But Fernandinho's impressive performances at club level this season have seen him enter the fray as a serious contender. When it comes to goals, Brazil are hardly lacking in options. Chelsea's Oscar, Barcelona's Neymar, Zenit St. Petersburg's Hulk and Fluminese's Fred will be the stars of the show at the World Cup. Just 22, Oscar has had a standout year under Jose Mourinho with Chelsea and has truly become the attacking composer Brazil needs him to be. The number 9 Fred's form will be highly scrutinised. After battling to return from injury in 2014, while Hulk has struggled to find form with the national team since his move to Russia. Their star man remains Neymar. Brazilian fans have known Neymar was something special since 2011, when he led Santos to its first Copa Libertadores since 1963. When a young man called Pelé wore the famous white shirt. Neymar is only 22, but there's little doubt he has the maturity and wide array of tricks and skills to be the focal point for the Seleção. The only question that remains, does he play out wide or at the tip of the spear? Few questions remain, however, over the Brazilian back four. The Seleção are spoilt for choice at centre-back with Chelsea's David Luiz, Bayern Munich's Dante and captain Thiago Silva of Paris Saint-Germain. All 3 are not only ball winners, but are able to play out from the back. And all 3 are strong in the air. The seasoned Dani Alves heads Brazil's fullback options, along with Roma's Maicon and Real Madrid's Marcelo. Brazil's wide backs have to balance their attacking prowess with their defensive responsibilities. They'll be expected to join in on the forward line, but Alves in particular hasn't escaped scrutiny for ignoring his defensive game. They must balance attack and defence in front of a home crowd that will be as demanding as they are passionate. No matter how good a side, the draw remains all important, and Brazil seem to have come out of it well. As hosts in Group A, Brazil will face Croatia, Mexico and Cameroon. 3 sides that haven't quite fulfilled their potential.
sorteio, a palavra diz sorteio, já falei diversas vezes.
Draw is a
Que
draw.
caísse, a gente ia
Whatever
analisar,
team we had to face, we would analyse them and do all the normal observation work, starting from as soon as we knew who our opponents would be.
E quando nós já soubemos os nossos adversários,
The Seleção will tour the country, kicking off the tournament in the first match against Croatia in São Paulo, before heading to Fortaleza and Brasilia. This tournament, though, is about playing their trademark beautiful football, but with more steel down back, and rewarding the Brazilian people with their 6th World Cup crown.